Morning. I just got to my mom's house. It's about 10:15. Yesterday we spent quite a bit of the day prepping for today's Thanksgiving.
Well, it was 10 until 4.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Day.
It didn't feel very stressful, or not stressful, that's not the right word. It felt easy.
It was relaxing.
Yeah.
It was fun, and we didn't have to do the potatoes.
My sister offered to do the potatoes, and we might take her up on that offer every year, because for some reason we were like, wow, it was a lot less work not having to peel potatoes.
Yeah, like 30 pounds of potatoes.
Yeah. And you didn't have the boiling water and all that. But we did do a lot of meal prep, and it was very relaxing. So today what we're going to do is finish. We've got a couple different things we need to do today to pull off our Thanksgiving. So I'm going to start with making this recipe over here. And Mom, do you want to tell them why there's another turkey sitting here?
The reason there's another turkey sitting here is because I was laying in bed last night thinking, when I do my best party planning, I think, and I just don't think we had enough turkey, because we always have enough for people to take home, particularly the older folks that live alone and some of the single adults, and we just like to make sure there's enough for the whole meal and to take home. So I decided I'd just do another breast. And I switched it up. Instead of doing the spatchcock turkey in the oven, I don't have a big enough pan. And I don't want it to drip down into my oven and smoke, because that's a disaster. That's happened more than once. So we're going to put that on the smoker. And then I'll roast this one in the oven in the traditional manner. But I can use that smoker essentially as an oven. We'll get it up to temperature, and it won't really smoke it. It'll just have a slight smoke flavor. It won't do the layering down of pink that you get when you smoke.
We will show you all of that. So what my mom's gonna do is get this turkey ready to cook. And while she does that, I need to make the rolls. So
Isn't this cute?
Yeah, so this is what we're gonna try to make, this turkey. Last year, if you were with us, we tried to make a turkey-shaped loaf, and it didn't work.
It was a failure.
It tasted good, but it didn't look like a turkey. So my mom found this, and I think that we're gonna be able to pull this off. So I need to get this roll dough going first thing so that it has time to rise. We can shape it.
Do you want my biggest bowl?
Yes, because I think I need to at least double it. I might triple it, actually, because
we can put
how many people are coming?
Pan. 23.
Yeah, I'm gonna triple this recipe. So let me get all these ingredients out, and we'll make this dough, and my mom will prep the turkey. I have some butter here I'm gonna melt, and I'm also gonna go ahead and preheat one of our ovens, because we are gonna make our broth this morning. We are gonna make broth, but we are gonna make the, what's it called? Gravy this morning. Turn that off for just a second. And what we're gonna do is roast the bones so that we get a really rich, delicious gravy. So let's do like 425, because we're not looking to fully cook the neck and the back. We just want to brown it really, really good.
I'm going to spatchcock this breast as well, so that it has this approximate cooking time as the other one. And then we'll have this piece of back. It says it's a breast, but it actually had the back too.
Yeah. So we'll get that roasting to make some broth with that as well. Because I'm tripling this recipe, I'm going to go ahead and make the dough in a big bowl here. I'm going to get my milk in here, and then I'm going to warm up some water. I have my milk and water in here. I'm going to get my honey in here, and I'm just going to eyeball this. For a triple recipe, I need 2, 4, 6 tablespoons of honey. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As it keeps pouring. Quick question. Do you think I should cut this off just to where it hits the bottom?
We can put that in our stock pot. And normally with this recipe, I use active dry. My mom has instant, and that should be fine if we substitute instant yeast for active dry. You just don't have to let it sit as long. And we need 3 tablespoons, and she has enough of that. 2. The difference between active dry and instant is when you use active dry, you need to pre-proof your yeast, because there's a little coating, the granules are bigger, and you kind of want to dissolve that coating so that when you start making your bread, it starts working right away. but instant doesn't have that. So you can usually interchange them pretty well. So I've got that in there. I never add my butter when I have yeast in a bowl. I feel like if you add your oils with the yeast right away, it can coat the yeast. That's totally just my own thing. It's probably not a thing, but I like to make sure my flour and stuff is in with my yeast before I add my oil. So you should have enough flour here.
Now, did you...
3.5 to 4 cups. So I need 9 cups.
When you spatchcocked it,
Yep.
what did you cut inside?
The breastbone.
Just hack at it?
Yeah. So not so much up there, but right in the front, right there. There you go. Just enough so that when you push on it, you can get it.
I've done chickens a lot, but
a turkey is a lot harder. I'm going to start with 9. I'm going to do this by hand because this is such a big amount of dough that it's not going to fit in my mom's electric mixer. So now that I've got that in there, I'm going to add my butter. I'm going to have to get in here with my hands. I know that for sure, but I'm just starting to mix this with a Danish dough whisk. It's best when you're making bread to add just the right amount of flour. You don't want to add too much because then that's when your bread can get really dry. It's already 10:36. We have guests coming over at 2 for appetizers and hors d'oeuvres. Some different people. We made a veggie plate and we made one appetizer yesterday. My sister made a beautiful 7-layer dip that she just texted us a picture of and I'm really excited about. And she made the mashed potatoes. So we are having mashed potatoes, we're just not making them. And I think some other people are bringing some things. And then the goal is to have dinner at 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the turkey back from the turkey we spatchcocked yesterday. And the neck. We'll drizzle that with a little bit of oil and some salt. We'll throw that in a 425-degree oven and we're going to roast that.
And the tail. I couldn't figure out what that was when she handed me that.
And we are going to get more flavor out of the broth by roasting that. We're going to get that caramelized umami flavor. You don't have to do that step, but you will get a better flavor. Add a little more flour to this. That's why I wear an apron. I'm already covered.
I washed yours from yesterday, so you have another one.
Oh, thank you.
This roasting part, I didn't realize that when I first started making pot roast, and it's a game changer on pot roast if you get it good and crispy before you put it into bake.
It's called the Maillard reaction. It's where the amino acids caramelize. I don't know it exactly, but it gives you that umami flavor.
All right, I'm going to do this in the oven.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to oil it, and then I'm going to put a rub on it.
Okay.
This is a secret weapon of the countdown clock. It doesn't do me any good to have it pinned up there on the wall if I don't have those times set in my phone to ring, because I will forget to look there, or I will get in a conversation with my kids or my company or whoever, and it'll be 45 minutes from when I should have done something. So I'm going to do that right now. Set my timer.
So if you are new, what my mom does is she likes to create a timeline so that everything can be hot and done and ready to eat all at the same time. And so she starts by what time we plan to eat, and then she works backwards. So if the turkey's going to take 2 hours, then from 4 o'clock, she knows she needs to put the turkey in the oven at 2. And so she's got her timeline that's printed out, but then she sets timers on her phone for each of those times so that if she is distracted, her phone will buzz her and she doesn't have to remember what all the things are, but she can look at her list, and if it's 2 o'clock and her phone rings, then she knows I need to put the turkey in the oven. Okay, this feels pretty good. I'm gonna need this for a couple more minutes. And we're gonna let this rise. So super easy. This is a pretty quick dough because it has so much yeast in it. You can kind of manipulate your dough a little bit. or your bread recipes that if you need them to rise faster than the recipe says, you can just add more yeast to it. And so this recipe has 1 tablespoon of yeast per recipe. So it makes a pretty quick
We
dough.
must have had the same time frame last year.
Oh,
Because
really?
it's all the same.
Oh, really?
It's all the same
That's
times.
nice. You don't have to reset them.
I just had to click them.
Nice.
I didn't have to make up any new ones. All right, now I'll go on with what I was doing, which
I think you were getting veggies to put down.
Yes.
I've got my bowl here and my dough. I'm gonna get my dough in my bowl, but I am going to just put a little bit of oil on the top so it doesn't dry out. I'm gonna cover this with a towel, and when this doubles in size, we will shape it into the shape of a turkey. My parents' house is pretty warm right now, so it probably will take about 45 minutes or so.
I'm so proud of these Walla Walla onions. This is the first year that they did really, really well. I had them as big as softballs and grapefruits. I've put probably 3 gallons of chopped onions in the freezer.
These are onions from my mom's garden.
Yes, from my garden. And I probably still have about 18 or 24 in the garage.
If you're looking for these, I
Yes,
just pulled them out for you.
I'm looking for those, yes,
So
I am.
I brought from my garden some celery. This needs to be rinsed off still.
Oh, that's lovely.
Here, I'll give you the teeny ones first.
Oh, yeah.
Because whatever we don't use, we can
The parsley's for the sweet potatoes.
put this back in the fridge. Oh, here's one.
Your
Here's
celery is gorgeous. I've
Thank
never
you.
seen people able to grow celery that looks like celery.
I think the key, because this is the 4th year I've grown it, and it actually has decent size to it, and it's not super crazy strong bitter, is to let it grow into the fall. So I started this from seed in January. I planted it probably in May, and I'm just now harvesting it
Oh, wow.
late November.
I didn't see it in the beds. Which bed was it in?
It's the one that we didn't harvest the carrots from. It was in the back by
Okay.
the celeriac.
Yes, you asked me about the celeriac.
Yeah, I should give you one so you can try it and see if you guys like
Do
it.
you like roasted?
Yeah, you just treat it like a potato or put it in soups and stews. I want to add some onions to our broth, so I'm just going to throw these on top of the turkey parts, and we're going to roast the onions to get more flavor as well.
Oh,
So
that's
my
what
mom
happened to the knob.
has this rub that she loves. I think I have this on the website.
I'm sure you do.
I'll link it. It's called you call it your tablespoon or 5 tablespoons?
Yes, because it's all in tablespoon increments.
And is that probably enough
Yeah,
for you?
that's good.
Okay. She's gonna get that all over. Do you want some butter for that?
Oh, yes, I forgot.
Okay, I'll get you some butter. I could melt some in here, then you can
All right.
mix it with the spices.
Oh, that's an easy way to do it, yes.
There you go. Since I have a minute here, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up from making the bread, so that wasn't too messy. Actually kind of nice doing it in a bowl by hand because then you don't make the mixer messy. I'm just gonna get all this in the dishwasher. My mom set out all this stuff for the beverages, so that's basically done. All the tables are set. And I think we'll probably do the ham after this, huh?
Yes, we need to make the glaze for the ham.
Okay.
We don't have to put it on now, but we make the glaze. It cooks for a while before you put it on.
It already
Now, this
smells-
isn't working.
Do you want to get some up underneath the skin?
Yes, I do.
This is what you want for turkey sandwiches, or at least what I want for a
Yes,
turkey
yes.
sandwich. So I think that was really smart, Mom, grabbing a,
Just a turkey breast.
yeah. I was thinking because turkey lunch meat, or lunch meat in general, has gotten so expensive.
Oh, that's an onion. I thought it was a bone shard, and I was going to ask you to pick it off, but it's the center core of the onion.
Well, I'm glad it's the onion. So I had this thought, Mom, you could tell me
Yes.
what you think. Because turkey is a good price right now, is to buy a couple of these turkey breasts and cook them up, roast them, and then
Yes.
cut them thin and freeze them. Because you can freeze lunch meat.
Yes.
I see people do that. I've never done that.
And I think it would be better because when you buy commercial lunch meat, they add so much water
Yeah,
to
it's true.
it. When you freeze it, it crystallizes, and I don't like it. When you thaw it, it's watery. You can't. Ugh. It's slimy.
Well, I was thinking.
Because this was $14. That's all this whole thing was.
And how many pounds do you think that was? Did it say?
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I don't remember.
You could not only get the meat off the breast for sandwiches and things like that.
Great soup.
But you get the bone, and you can then turn it into soup. So maybe I'll try that and see, at least for one or two, and just see how it turns out. We have about 45 minutes where we don't need to do anything while we're waiting for the bread to come to room temperature. My mom's gonna grab the turkey out of the refrigerator and pop that on the counter because we need that to come up, not so cold from the refrigerator before she puts that in the smoker. And I was just telling my mom I am looking for a new shampoo and conditioner, and she was telling me that her and my sister that lives in Oklahoma love a goat soap that they get at their Saturday market. It is Saturday today, so we are gonna go run to the Saturday, or farmer's market. It's a farmer's market.
I have been a customer of this gal for years.
You've given me in my stocking her bar soap, which I like, but I want to try her shampoo and conditioner bar.
Well, I got convicted about the volume of plastic products I use in shampoo and cream rinse.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I'm just going to bite the bullet and try it. And I love it. It lasts forever.
Okay, so we're going to go get some.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna
call Dad, and maybe he'll meet us because he went to get you some coffee and balloons.
Okay, I'm going to call him. So what I'm looking for is, do you think she has a fragrance-free?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, she might not because it's not, she sold it all, but she does carry fragrance-free.
Okay.
And I initially started it because of eczema as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because my hands,
it's a family
I'm
thing.
really looking for fragrance-free shampoo and conditioner, which is very hard to find. When your dad buys you coffee. We were a couple weeks too late. It has been closed
It was a goose chase.
Yeah, it's been closed for a while. So my mom said she thinks she has a bar
packaging.
of soap. What was that?
I have the packaging.
She has the packaging, so she can look it up. So I can link the goat soap maker down below if you're interested in that. Let's take a look. Our bread is perfectly proved. So now we're gonna get going on making this bread into a turkey. First thing though, I need to get my apron back on because I will make a mess of myself. So my mom has a pizza pan that we are going to put this turkey on. Oh, you found, oh wow, you have a lot. Okay.
I can only do it in the season.
Yeah.
So I have to have a year's worth, till it's out. Okay, this is lavender, and I have shampoo and a cream rinse bar.
And it's just essential oil, so this is her brand. I'll see if she has a website, and if she does, I'll put it down below. Sweet orange.
Yes, she does.
Oh, that smells good.
She does have a website. I'll tell you a story. She has incredible lotion that she makes, and their daughter in Oklahoma likes it. And so when we went, I picked her up a bottle and put it in my carry-on, and off we went.
Oh, I know where this story's going.
Yeah. TSA took it, and I was so frustrated because I thought, I've taken this every time I go, and I realized this was the only time we didn't check a bag.
Yeah.
We did all carry-on.
That's too bad.
Anyway, I'll get online and order it because she's coming for Christmas. And
My sister.
And she'll have checked bags, so she can take it home.
Take it home, yeah. I'm gonna just cover this pizza pan in some parchment. So this is what we're going for. I think, Mom, I might need 2 raisins if you have raisins.
Oh, yes, I do.
For the eyes. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 feathers, plus a body, plus a head, plus a nose, plus 2 feet. Okay, this dough feels absolutely fluffy and beautiful.
I'll wash these dishes by hand when you're done there.
Okay.
All right, I'll make the turkey or the ham glaze.
So it doesn't have to be exactly the same as the picture, but
Nobody will know what the picture looked like.
yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, be 16. So this right here is going to be the body. And what my mom and I were talking about yesterday is that when we look at this picture, this looks larger, like taller than the rest of them. So I think what we're going to do instead of doing that so that it all bakes at the same time is I'm going to make this flat and round.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
My glaze recipe calls for juice, brown sugar, and Dijon mustard. I used it all the last time I made a salad dressing. What would I add to this?
I would just use yellow mustard.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit of honey or something like that.
Okay.
I think
All right.
that would be fine.
I don't know what the difference between Dijon mustard is and regular mustard. What is in Dijon mustard that makes it brown?
It's half brown mustard seeds, half yellow mustard seeds, and then it has like onions and wine, and you simmer all that together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just add some onion powder and
Yeah.
that'll work. Okay.
Maybe you could add like a splash of white wine vinegar or something like that.
Yes, I do have that.
I just added one more piece of dough because I felt like this body wasn't quite large enough.
That's the juice I have to use.
That's funny.
Grandkid juice.
Does this look big enough?
Where did all my scissors go?
For the body? If these are the wings, Mom, does this look big enough for the body, or should I put one more?
I would put one more in
Okay.
because proportionally,
I could make the wings smaller too.
well, they're not wings. I think it's the tail feathers.
Tail feathers, that's what I meant.
Yeah, because proportionally, that probably equals 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10 or 12
Okay.
rolls.
This was 4, 5, 6. This is 6 rolls worth. I'll add one more. That was a good way to do it, Mom. She was actually counting.
About how many rolls were in that circle.
Yeah. Okay. Set that there for now. So now what I'm going to do is just start making these into rolls. You use this whole side of your hand and you push down and around, and you're pushing the dough until it forms a nice tight ball.
I'm not sure I need honey for the glaze because it has 3/4 cup of brown sugar in it.
Oh yeah. Is that for the ham?
Yes.
I'm just flattening these out so that hopefully they all bake at kind of relatively the same time. How do you think of this proportion, Mom, for the tail feathers?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we're going to have enough here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22.
I should have used a slightly larger bowl so I could stir it better.
2, 3. Are you spilling it?
Slopping it all over. I think I will just get a bigger bowl.
I'm trying to make them even on both sides. With the
Oh
tail
yeah,
feathers.
symmetrical.
Symmetrical, yeah.
Well, this isn't very thick for a glaze. I think I'll have to add more sugar.
Yeah. Ham does good with mustard and sugar. I'm trying to make a few more rolls with my dough, so the balls that feel like they have a little too much dough, and creating a few more feathers with them. Still trying to keep them somewhat the same size.
Oh yeah, and then you put 2 little ones for the toes. Mm-hmm. Cute, very cute. I don't know, they'll be wanting a Santa Claus for Christmas.
That would be cute if we tried to do that, or a reindeer or something.
Well, I think a Christmas tree would be the easiest.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
Or a star. But that would take up a lot of extra room and not be very many rolls.
Have you seen the recipes that are, you put like pesto in the middle, you put like dough and then pesto and then dough, and you slice it
Oh,
and
that would be
twist
pretty.
it?
Oh, yes. Well, I've seen that done with puff pastry.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can do it I think with dough too. I think that it's on my list of things to do, so maybe we should try that.
Yeah, we should do that as an hors d'oeuvre.
Oh yeah, that's
I think I have the recipe. I think I tried it once, or Emily made it, I think.
Oh, I think you're right.
Emily made it. All right, this looks better. It smells good too. All right, this is for the ham, and it's all ready.
Well, this is kind of fun. Those are the feet.
Creativity. Oh yes, that's cute. I didn't realize he had, we could actually use a pepper
Oh yeah, we could.
for the waddle.
Rounder.
Yeah, there you go. Here, just make them round. All right.
All right, so here is our turkey. Hopefully it doesn't explode off this when it proves and bakes. We do need to cover this though and let it rise for a little bit. And we are going to put an egg wash on it.
Since we changed the plans and we're going to put the spatchcock turkey and the ham in the smoker,
Yeah.
the turkey goes 400 degrees and the ham goes 350. So I think I will not just tent the ham, I think I'll seal the ham up
Yeah,
so it doesn't dry out
Yeah.
at that higher temperature.
that's a good idea. You could even, are you gonna cook it in a foil pan?
Yes.
You could probably even put a little broth or juice at the bottom so it has some moisture steaming. Oh yeah, just use the rest of that.
I have the apple juice.
I just oiled the top of these buns so that the plastic wrap does not stick to it as it proves. This doesn't need to proof very long because this is a quick rise dough and my mom's house is pretty warm. We did turn the heater off though. My dad keeps this house pretty warm, and we opened a window just because we don't want it to get too hot by the time we turn on all of these ovens, and there is going to be a lot of bodies here. I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'm gonna check the bones because I'm sure that those are done roasting at this point. Oh, those are looking really good. You think they should brown just a touch longer? Maybe rotate the onions?
Yes. I've done this Costco Kirkland brand spiral ham every year forever. It's a very good ham, and it does come with a glaze mix, which I have used in the past. It's very good as well. So if that's what you get and you use, it's very tasty.
I'm just gonna broil this second part so it gets done faster.
You'll have to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I will.
Because you can't leave the door open, my oven will turn off.
Oh, is this what you were wanting to make the broth in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna get some water in here real quick.
This ham is fully cooked, so all we're really needing to do is warm it through and then put the glaze on it so it crisps up the glaze. I can't figure out how to get this bag off.
This is just some water that we will put the bones in once they come out of the oven. Roasting portion of this is done. So I did go ahead and turn the oven off, and you can see how golden brown all that is. That's just yummy, yummy flavor, and it smells incredible. So I'm gonna get this into our water here. That's just a piece of turkey skin that is roasted, and that's gonna add such good flavor to this. And I'm gonna get all these roasted onions.
All right, I'm gonna cover this with foil. Oh, I'm gonna put the apple juice in it.
Then I'm gonna pour all that drippings in there. What we can do is separate the fat from this broth, and we can actually make our stock using the turkey fat, and that's gonna be delicious. Turn this on. We have about 2 hours for this to simmer, and that should make a beautiful gravy when we get to that point. My mom is gonna do a few dishes by hand. I just washed the big pot that we made the bread in so that we're not filling up the dishwasher right now. We can fill up the dishwasher later.
We need it, yeah, we need it for the meal.
Yeah.
In fact, this many people, this many dishes, it'll be run twice.
Yeah. I just put salt in here. Gonna put this on. I'm gonna keep this very simple seasoning because when we make our gravy, we can taste it and adjust the seasoning then. We got the kitchen counter cleaned off for the 3rd time today already. And the sink is empty. Dishes have been washed, so we'll put those away in just a few minutes after they dry off a little bit. And I think we have a little break here.
No, I have to determine when I have to turn the Traeger on to get
Okay.
it up to temperature.
Okay.
I forgot, I mean, when I made the list, I wasn't planning on doing
the
so much
smoker?
stuff in it.
Yeah. You know dough is done rising when you push on it and it leaves a little bit of an indent. This dough is springing back way too quickly, so it's not done rising. I'm a little worried.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because right now the yeast is producing gas, which is causing it to expand, so it's under pressure. And once the yeast is done doing that, then there's less pressure in the dough, so when you push on it, the indent stays. So that's how you know. But I am a little worried that we're gonna have some of our turkey feathers coming off by the time it's fully proofed, but it'll just have to be okay.
Yeah, I don't know that we could make a foil thing that would support the weight of it anyway, so.
It'll be fine. So this dough is starting to hold an indent right here. Well, yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and at least get the egg wash on there. And my mom, while I'm doing the egg wash on this turkey, she's gonna go ahead and slice into the rhubarb cream cheese bars that we made for my brother. It's like 40 something degrees out, and so we just had these cream cheese bars covered in the refrigerator and they were perfectly fine.
Actually,
Not the refrigerator.
yeah, actually on a card table in the garage
Yeah.
with the pies and the cake and
Yeah.
the veggie plate. Okay, how would you like them cut?
However you want to cut them, just serving size. So I normally bake this at 400. Do you think I should lower the temperature to like 375? Just because this is so large?
I would think so, and they're really close together.
Yeah. They're gonna come off the cookie sheet. It's gonna be interesting. Hopefully they don't fall off the cookie sheet when they bake. Hopefully they're stuck together enough. Okay, so let me drop that temperature of that oven then. Bake 375, maybe 350.
Yeah, I would think.
Okay.
Okay, maybe 3-inch squares, do you think? So if I cut it in quarters
Yeah.
and then make them square?
Yeah. I think that'd be good.
If you do a bar, like a brownie or any other bar cookie, if you do it on parchment paper, you can then take it out after it's set, and it's much easier to cut
Yeah.
on a cutting board
Then in the pan.
than in the pan.
Yeah,
And
for
because
sure.
I did the parchment paper and I squared it, the ends are very nice too.
I'm gonna put those eyeballs back on after I do an egg wash. Maybe that'll help them stick in place too.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea. A little cement.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mark them, so they're not going to be exactly the same size.
That's fine.
When I've done them for very formal events, wedding receptions and things like that, I use my quilting supplies
Oh, that's a good idea.
and actually measure and mark. This is definitely something I want to try.
So good.
Did you make this one before?
I usually make it in the spring when the rhubarb comes out. think just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and move this. Look at this, Dad. Does this look better than the turkey we made last year?
Oh, my word, that's incredible.
Oh, wow. This is the only meat thermometer I have.
Okay. Can I stick it in and will it tell me what temperature
Yeah,
it
I
is?
have to set it up and everything.
That needs to be published. That is beautiful.
Thank you. That was Mom's idea.
Okay.
I saw it in a picture, but this is better.
Yeah,
Let's see,
better.
what was I going to do? What am I looking for? Oh, meter.
That's great.
So hopefully it's cooked on the inside.
Internal 140, 145, 146. Leave it in there.
Okay, let's put some foil on this so it can
Yes.
continue to bake. So the thermometer is now reading 204, so we can get this spread out. Oh my goodness.
And
Look
let's
at that.
save this foil to
Okay.
put over things when they're keeping warm.
So I'm gonna need 2 hands to take this out.
Do you want a cookie sheet to slide under it?
I'm not sure yet. Let's see if
Don't burn yourself.
I might be able to just use my hands here.
I'll get out of your way.
Me.
It's not worth a burn. Oh, that's darling.
Should we just set it here?
Yep, perfect.
Centerpiece of.
Look at that. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
That's cute. Josh just got me one of these as a random gift, so I'm really excited to use it. I haven't used it yet.
Oh, it's very
Yeah,
hot.
don't touch
Don't
it.
grab it with your fingers as I'm warning you not to get burned.
This thermometer goes to my mom's phone, so it lets her know when it reaches the proper temperature. I can link that down below for you if you're interested in it.
This
And-
has prevented a lot of mishaps.
Yeah, and we'll reuse this for the turkeys as well.
And the smoker that the kids got me has actually 2 probes
Oh, that's nice.
that digitally read on the front so that I can know what the ham is and what the
Turkey.
spatchcock turkey is.
Spatchcock turkey. It's kind of a mouthful. Okay, I
Butterscotch.
think
It's a butterscotch
butterscotch turkey. So we decided that we're gonna actually put the turkey in a little earlier than originally planned. So my mom's gonna get her smoker turned on.
I've not used these yet. My brother-in-law, who has one, showed me how, so we'll see how this works.
This is a relatively new smoker. We got this for you for, was it your birthday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I've only used it once, maybe.
My mom does do a lot of smoking, so.
Remember when someone asked about disasters? And my lesson learned was the night before or very early in the morning, make sure you can get the thing running. Because if you can't, you have to come up with a plan B. So I cleaned it this morning.
Maybe 9 years ago was when it was I think Josh's first Thanksgiving with us. The smoker died while the turkey was in it, or the auger stopped working. It didn't completely die because you used it for years after that, but it just stopped working, and so.
I think it was so cold.
Oh.
Wasn't that really cold year?
I don't remember.
And the flame went out or something? I don't know. But I just cleaned these. These are actually better. They have a coating and they cleaned up a whole lot better than the non-coated ones do.
It smells good.
The reason we changed gears is because to properly spatchcock this, you have to turn these legs and the breast, it's like you're turning it sort of inside out. And I don't have a big enough pan to do that in a pan.
In the oven.
Yes, in the oven. I don't want all this dripping in my oven, but it can drip in the smoker just fine. And so that's why I decided we probably better do it
In the smoker.
in the smoker. Okay, so if that drips, I mean, it will drip. It doesn't matter because there's the drip pan in the bottom of the smoker. If we did that in the oven, that would become a smoking
Fire
oven.
hazard.
Yes.
I think this turkey is so cute.
I just think it's darling.
That might be a tradition now for us.
Yes, that's darling.
And all these pieces will be nice and soft and delicious. I tasted this broth and it tastes delicious. My mom is on the phone with my brother-in-law because he has the same smoker and she needs a little bit of help with it. And I'm gonna strain this broth. It tastes fantastic. And we're gonna get going on the gravy now. We have about an hour before guests are gonna get here. And you can make broth in advance. And then just reheat it. All right, I did spill a little bit of broth all over the counter on accident. So I'm just gonna get that cleaned up. And I rinsed out the pot that we're gonna make the gravy in. This has now sat for a couple minutes. And I'm just gonna scrape the top off because my mom's fat separator is pretty little, so that I can get the majority of this fat. We've got quite a bit of broth here, probably about 1.5 quarts. I'm gonna give this a quick taste test. I tasted it once already, but it was so hot, I kind of burnt the top of my mouth.
Oh,
So
that's no fun.
I'm gonna taste it again. And then my mom's gonna go ahead and get the turkey back and things into her big pot that she's gonna make stock with the turkey bones after, like tomorrow or something. Because they still have some life in them.
Well, I should pick the meat off the neck and that sort of thing.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that was really good. I have to wash this because I store it in the top of my pantry.
Yeah, dusty.
Well, not my pantry, the laundry room, actually.
So here you can see the fat line. We're gonna use that instead of butter to make our roux. So I've got the Dutch oven here. I'm gonna put back on the stove. Turn this on. So I have 2/3 cup of fat here almost. So I'm gonna put that same amount of flour in here.
Now, because this is so new, I don't know the hot spots from the cool spots.
I don't think the ham's gonna fit in there too.
Yeah, I think I can. One on one end and one on the other.
You know what you might want to do is rotate it this way every
Yes, I can do that. See if I
30
can close
minutes
it.
or so.
Yeah, I can close it.
Are you putting that in right now?
Yes. Because I did it, I looked up on Google, 400 degrees. I have fully cooked spiral ham, and it told me,
While she's looking that up, I'm gonna keep cooking this.
the number of minutes I divided by 60, and it's 2 3/4 hours, which seems an awful lot to me, but I can always pull it out.
Yeah. Smells good already.
There we go. I'm just not quite tall enough to reach over it.
Oh, you have to be careful probably burning your arm.
I know, yes, I've done that before. I said, I'm not quite tall enough.
She almost forgot putting the thermometers in. So do those go to your phone too?
I think you could set it up that way, but they read here on the screen.
Okay.
I'm just going to stick it right through the foil.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
I guess that's all you do. Okay, here is the turkey breast. Oh, you know what? I don't think we need any juice. There you go. I was thinking maybe I needed some juice.
To finish off the gravy, I'm going to strain the broth through a fine mesh sieve one more time. And I'm going to pour that into the roux that we made earlier. I'm going to add some salt, a good amount of black pepper, and some bay leaves. And that's all I do to season it because this had such good, rich flavor. This is one of the best gravies I think we have ever made. That gravy tastes incredible. And we're gonna get the very last thing that needs to cook in the oven, which are these vegetables we prepped yesterday.
And that's just 2 sheets, right?
Yep, just 2 sheets.
I'll do
and
the
then we
bottom
officially have everything prepped and ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna season this up. We have not seasoned this yet. Even though we prepped it yesterday, we didn't want to add any salt or anything because we didn't want the vegetables to release any moisture.
Are we done with this?
Yeah.
Okay. This one works.
Yeah, that's the same one I have. Mine is just larger than that. This gravy is done. It tastes delicious. We have tasted it. I'm gonna go ahead and put the lid on. All done. We're gonna serve this roasted vegetable salad room temp. So we're just gonna get it done before everyone gets here. And that will be really nice to have this done. We already made the glaze for it yesterday.
Oh, and that's so tasty.
You like it even with the vinegar?
I did. I did. You know what it reminds me of? Those fancy vinegars we got at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
That, they were kind of sweet even. You could almost put them on ice cream or something.
Is this ancho chili sauce hot?
Yeah, it's medium at least.
Okay, well, I just put that. I thought that the chili would go well with the cranberry
Yeah.
glaze. It says adds rich, sweet flavor, chili Mexican cooking, ancho chili powder.
It's not tear your head off by any means.
I figured it would be more mild than chipotle.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I wanted to put chipotle.
Thank you. I want the kids to enjoy it and want to come back to Grandma's.
Yeah. So that was onion powder. I'm going to put some white pepper on this. Why not? You probably need to use this up. And salt.
we should stir that separately.
Once this is in the oven, everything is officially cooking or has been cooked. The only other thing we need to reheat are the sweet potatoes and stuffing. And we could probably get the appetizer dished up. It's 1:30 right now.
I'm going to make a pickle plate and the rest of those olives.
And then I do think we should get some crackers out.
Yeah, I have some.
Crackers with that dip would be fantastic.
And that will probably need to set a timer for 15 minutes.
Rotate.
And then rotate.
So here's our dip. Here's our cranberry sauce. Oh, I think this is going to be really good.
Oh, we have to do the pomegranate too. Olives.
The first people just arrived, so we have all the appetizers out. I'm going to go ahead and give this a try just to see before people get here to make sure it's good.
That is very good.
Very good. At this point, the party has started. People are starting to arrive, and so the very last thing we do is make the punch. And my mom usually makes a cranberry ginger ale punch, but this year she changed it up a little bit and she found this new punch, and it was orange juice, pomegranate juice, pineapple juice, and cranberry juice, and you were supposed to top it off with Sprite, but we thought just plain carbonated water would add a good bubble without any extra sweetness, and it was absolutely delicious. So the beverages are out and the appetizers are out. Someone brought a beautiful charcuterie board. My sister made a 7-layer dip. My mom put the pickles and olives out. We have our turkey veggie tray we made the day before. My sister brought the mashed potatoes in a slow cooker, so we got those turned on so that they could warm, and the veggies are out of the oven, and so my dad is going to help me get the roasted butternut squash off this pan and into the serving dish with the Brussels sprouts that had already come out of the oven. At this point, it is a party. Things are happening. It is loud. It is fun. And we are just putting the final touches on this dinner. We do need to get the stuffing in the oven. We already made this up yesterday, and all we need to do is top it with a little bit more broth and pop this into the oven. My mom did pull out the stuffing about an hour or two before we put it in the oven, just so that we weren't putting it into the coldest oven possible, or not oven, but that the stuffing wasn't completely cold going into the oven. She heated the twice baked potatoes through, sweet potatoes. She topped it with pomegranates, and this is what the ham and turkey are looking like. Once the ham and turkey were done, my sister went ahead and carved the ham and the turkey. My sister has always been kind of the residential carver in our family. Even when we were little, my grandma used to carve the turkey and the ham on Thanksgiving, and my sister would always help her, and so it's always kind of been my sister's thing that she's really enjoyed.
So my mom has all the tables set. This is just one of 3 tables that she set. Here is what the dinner looks like all together. We've got our twice baked sweet potatoes, our roasted veggies, our stuffing, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, gravy, turkey, and the beautiful ham, along with our turkey rolls, which I absolutely will do the turkey rolls again. That was so fun. They all got eaten, and the only thing that was left was the body. And so my dad said that the turkey got plucked because the only thing that was left was the turkey's body itself. So here's one final look, and then here are the desserts. The desserts turned out absolutely fabulous. My mom's peanut butter chocolate cake was a huge hit, and the second hugest hit was probably these rhubarb cranberry bars. So this is the plucked turkey. My dad was like, it's been plucked. And then he helped clean up. So we had a great time. It was a loud and fun-filled Thanksgiving, and we all really, really enjoyed each other's company. Good food and good times.
Well, friend, that is 2024's Thanksgiving. We went shopping, we did the meal prep, and now it is all over, and it is almost cleaned up. There's a little bit more to do.
There's always a little bit more to do.
But we want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with us. We're very grateful for every single one of you who takes time out of your day to spend time with us in the kitchen. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being you.
And thank you for coming along. We really appreciate it. We have so much to be thankful for this year.
Happy Thanksgiving, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye, friend.